try to see the way the world turned, what happened to me. It's not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
I'm going to get that timing right down one of these days. Anyway, it's Tuesday, baby. It's Tuesday. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting. And I'm really glad y'all are here, baby, because I needed some company around here. Anyway, that smart-ass squaw is in the room, so y'all take care. Bart Larson is here. Jeanette Miller, thank you very much, baby. Deborah Douglas is with us. Debbie Marie is here. Let me see, Bart Larson, that smart-ass squaw. Everybody, BW is here. Thank you. Cokie Barrels 33. Nice to see you in there. Carol Lowe. Trudy Baxter, thank you very much. Hey, nice hat, ain't it? I like my hat. It makes a statement. Let me see. Deborah Douglas is here. Randy Peterson. Whoo! Pig back to work. Oh, going to work, buddy. Ooh, shit. Stay out of the sun, man. It was 103 on my porch today. So I know you're cooking over there. Anyway, Karen Van Wyck. Oh, shit. That reminds me, I got to do something. God damn it. Anyway, Paula Gibson, I have to share something. Jan Beats, thank you very much. Let me get on down here. Kelly Clark, thank you very much for being here. Let me down here or I will not catch up at all. Tamara Harrington, did I see you in there, baby? I think I did. Anyway, I hope y'all are doing fine. It's been a hell of a day. Yes, it's been hot down here, baby. It's cooking all over the place down here in the south. And today was no difference. It was baking out on my porch today, and the forecast for a while is up over 100. And so there's no relief for this. Ain't a bit of rain anywhere to be had where other places are getting drenched. I haven't seen a drop in months, so it's getting pretty rough. Anyway, a lot of news today with no news. No news out of Georgia. Didn't get an indictment down there. Just kind of a quiet day. Everybody's kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. I did do a rant earlier about the Supreme Court split 5-4 on a decision on gun rights, and thank goodness we came down on the right side of that, but not by much. And it's a scary thought what if it had gone the other way. And we're talking about ghost guns and proliferation thereof around our country, and it's a dangerous thing. But I'm glad the court stepped in, stopped a lower court ruling down in Texas where the guy said, get as many as you want and don't worry about it. That's what the judge down in Texas said. Ain't a gun until you put it all together. Well, that's what we worry about. But anyway, it's been a slow day for Donnie. We did hear about he's got a court hearing on Friday. He wanted to push it back until next week. You know, this is the decision on keeping him from running his mouth when he gets discovery of information in the January 6th case, and what's he going to do with that information? We all know he's going to go out and run his mouth, and that's what this hearing is about, is trying to restrict his ability to be able to try this case in the court of public opinion out there and put all the evidence out there and let everybody see it. So I'm glad that happened and not got pushed back, but we'll see what happens on Friday. I don't think this judge is going to take a whole lot of shit from him. Anyway, hi Bernadette.
Hi, John.
How are you today?
I've had way better days than today.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, baby. Something bad, or?
Yeah, something bad.
Oh, darling, what happened?
would prefer not to start the show
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's ride into it. Miss Chick, are you here?
I'm here.
Outstanding. How's your day going?
Yeah, it went.
It went. Well, are we all three having the same kind of day?
Nothing good, nothing
Nothing
bad.
good,
Just kind
nothing.
of went.
I barely got through yesterday. Yesterday was a rough day, and it dragged on into this morning. And so, yeah, I have not been in it. I've not been motivated to do shit. I'm a little pissed off about a lot of stuff. And, that affects your mood, affects how you do everything, whether or not you do anything. So,
But I've learned I have choices. I don't have to stay in that mood.
no.
I can make a choice to not be in a mood.
I try that every day. I try to live life as upbeat as I can, and just sometimes life throws shit at you, and what do you know? I've said it often and over and over. You only have one choice in life. You adapt, you overcome, you move forward. That's the only fucking thing any of us can do in anything. We have to adapt to what's around us, and all that kind of stuff. But anyway,
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
that kind of stuff.
I hear that they're getting out the vote in Ohio, and I'm anxious to see how that's gonna go. I hope the Republicans get a big surprise
I
because the
spoke
people
to
of Ohio doesn't necessarily want that bullshit that they're trying to push.
I spoke to a reporter on the ground in Ohio today, reporting on the activities at the polling booth, and I talked to Velica.
I did.
Yay, Velica.
Yay, Velica! She got out with her hurt foot and made her
She
way to the
walked
polls,
to
and
the
she voted.
polls.
So she walked to the polls.
She walked back, and bless her, because that
Indeed.
she is a true patriot.
Indeed, because her foot is bothering her. She's got a lot of trouble with it, and to walk, and it wasn't no easy walk. It's not a short walk.
No.
It was quite a distance. So, kudos to Velica.
Yep.
And she should be a shining example for all of us.
And she is. She
Indeed.
is. And the one thing that Velica has that everybody needs are hugs. You
Everybody.
always get a hug.
You always get a hug from Velica. It's the best thing. That's what she's known for, is her hugs, and she lifts everybody's heart who she talks to. She's just a joyful person, and that's not easy to do, considering those of us that know her situation, her life. It's not
the
that
behind
easy.
the scenes things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is not easy for somebody to keep that kind of attitude every day. So,
Well, she
She
not only
is.
voted, she reached out and she hugged me today too.
I got one.
And I really appreciate it, Velica. You know you are in my heart.
It pops up on my phone no matter where I am. I'll get a little ding, I'll look down there, and there she is, sending out hugs. So yeah, she's a big
I
part
have
of
to
this
say
family.
that I want to apologize to the YouTube chat. I'm gonna be in and out. I'm not gonna do a lot of typing or commenting today. I'm exhausted and I'm extremely tired and hurt.
I know that.
So
I'm sorry you're hurt. I don't want to press that, but I know the feeling of being tired and being just wore out from what you have to deal
but
with.
if a troll comes in, y'all just
You
let
will
me
whack
know,
'em.
and I got
Yeah.
that. I will whack a troll.
We'll whack a troll, so don't think you can sneak in here any other time.
No, I
It's
ain't that damn tired.
no, I'm telling you, hey Randy, nice shirt. He says, yeah, a friend of mine gave me that. Some guy from Arkansas. Somebody asked me about you today. Somebody all the way up in Boston asked me about Randy Peterson today. I ain't gonna say what I said, because I don't want to cuss on.
Oh.
No. I want to let the cat out of the bag. Anyway.
You know, John, I've neglected something.
What is that?
Well, we've been talking about Ohio because that particular issue is a big issue.
It is.
Right? We've been pushing that, but it's not the only place where there's elections happening. We're even having elections today in Michigan. They just didn't happen to have any in my area. And a lot of them are smaller things. It might be for your township stuff, or it might be a lot of it's school boards
Right.
and things like that. And that was today also in 49 counties in Michigan,
In Michigan
had
today.
out of 86, I think, had some election stuff going on. And I'm sure it's not just Michigan, it's all over there.
No.
They sort of smatter it around in the summer for that stuff.
Local
Yeah.
issues, district, statewide issues sometimes. Yes, these are the elections that we have to pay attention to, i.e., in Ohio, because this is a
Yes.
vote about changing their constitution.
Yeah.
But you know what, John? It was very sneaky what the Republicans did, because just before voting to have this special election on August 8th, they had banned special elections, and then they turned around and tried to pull this off. And the way that it's worded, it's one of those, if you vote yes, you're voting to have something taken away. If you vote no, you're voting to keep it. And the way
Yes.
that they spent millions of dollars trying to convince
Confused.
Ohioans to give up their rights.
And that's exactly
Their
what it is.
rights.
This is a situation, Helder Webb, thank you very much for subscribing. This is a situation to where they're trying to move from a simple majority rule to what they call a super majority rule, meaning 60% they have to have a 60% threshold to implement a law, and then that's not the way it's written, baby. You should not need
Right.
a super majority. What do you get?
And the reason
59.9%, and it does not
reason
pass.
why that they picked 60% because they knew that 58% of the people in Ohio want women to have the right to have an abortion,
To have,
and that's why they
reproductive
picked the
rights,
threshold of
period.
60. Yes,
And that's what this is about. Because this isn't about the abortion
And come
issue. This is
November-
about the vote for the abortion
come
issue.
November, that
Mhm.
vote will be on the ballot.
Yes. Yes, and that's what they're trying to prepare for now. Trying to move the goalpost, so
Right.
liberals can't vote that down. Anyway, Dave, did you jump in here?
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
How, seems a little bit better than everybody else. I'm kind of saddened
Oh no, why are you saddened?
because everybody else
Oh,
seems to be having a
No,
rough
Dave,
time
no,
right
Dave,
now.
I'm sorry. You cannot come in here and be sad and pull the rest of us down with you.
no,
okay?
don't do that, bud.
No, 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 no. No, that's,
Dave, it was a joke.
oh, I know you're busting my balls. My
She's
my
good at
kids and my
that.
dog do that, but man, you guys are ruthless.
Some days it's a struggle to get through. Yesterday was a hell of a day for me. I hated yesterday. I can't tell you how much I hated it. But again, you have to do things and face shit that you don't want to do or face or deal with or anything, and it affects your whole day. And when it affects your day, it affects those around you. So it's kind of hard to move
Oh, yeah.
past things sometimes, but we don't have a choice in it. We have to, for our own well-being.
Please move on and
Yeah.
Please move on and don't let it affect your week.
Yeah, try to get past it. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to Friday now. We're going to have a hearing, and hopefully the judge will smack Donnie upside the head and tell him, well, I'm sorry, buddy.
When we go to the blue room after the show tonight, I will explain to those in the blue room what happened.
Okay.
Okay.
See, a lot of
Because
things that,
It's
They're family matters.
easy to say, please move on and don't let it affect your week, but this has an effect in my life, honey,
oh, but
and that I can't move on from it. I'm
Bernadette,
sorry.
there's some things you can't move on through
There's there's
until you
something,
deal with them.
and so I need my Blue Dot family to help lift me up and carry me through
Oh,
this.
baby.
But I am not trying to burden anybody, and I'm not trying to.
How
get
many times
sympathy
have I started
or
this show
anything else like that?
by
Okay.
just outright letting you all know I was going to lean on you? When John says, hey, I'm going to lean on you today, it means John's been through some rough shit. I'm not prepared. I'm not going to skip a meeting just because I'm not in the mood. We got to move past it. So that's what I mean. So when Bernadette, if she needs to lean on us, baby, lean heavy, because I can stand the weight.
lean on my back.
There you go.
Definitely
I
lean
think
on
we're
my
all here.
back.
And that's
Or
the
we
part of this family that is unique.
or we could change the subject so she doesn't have to dwell on it.
What subject
Yeah.
you got?
Good point.
I
I
actually
know you have subjects, dear. I'm so thankful for your subjects. What's up, baby?
I actually watched Fuck Trump live today.
Really?
And yeah, I can't remember exactly where it was.
Oh,
Somewhere
was
out
he at a
east.
rally?
New Hampshire, maybe, or
Oh,
something like that.
Did
But I
you have a
listened.
bucket?
yeah.
Well, I listened for about maybe 10 minutes, and I couldn't keep up with the lies. I literally was trying to jot them down and could not keep up. I gave up. I just gave up.
I completely. Yeah.
It was
You
terrible.
know, I have that book, Bob
How can
Woodward's
you do
book,
that?
of Trump in his own words, and it's an audio book. I have not finished that book yet because it is irritating to sit there and listen to his bullshit because he doesn't make anything in a cohesive sentence. He gets sidetracked 2 times at least every time he's trying to talk about something. It's either calling for a
Yeah.
Diet Coke or some
Wait.
other bullshit that
He
you got.
wasn't sidetracked in this. He had a mission.
He had a mission, huh?
Oh yeah.
Well, he's got one
fake
now.
news, rigged elections.
Oh, that's
And then
it.
he has a couple new ones.
Oh yeah,
Um,
new tunes,
now
huh?
it's not Sleepy Joe. It's Crooked Joe.
Oh, Crooked Joe.
Yeah, it's Crooked Joe. And then he has something called Television Generals.
Television.
So any of the generals that have come out and had
Oh.
an issue with what's going on
Oh,
are
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Time out.
generals.
Wait a minute. He's going to talk about television generals when he got television attorney
Yeah, exactly.
that are on TV so much they can't write to the fucking judge.
You can't write this shit.
You know what? You know what? The judge told him, and I believe it was either yesterday or today. You got till the 11th to get in my court and tell me about this bullshit that she asked about last week. The protective order.
Right.
You got till the 11th, and his attorney came. My hero, Jack Smith,
There you go.
said, I'm good for the 9th, I'm good for the 10th, I'm good for the 11th. To meet with them, sit down, discuss when we could
Yeah.
pull this off. His attorney came back and said, well, I'm not good for the 9th, and this one's not good for the
Yeah.
10th, and Trump's not going to be there. So can we get the 11th? And I would prefer the afternoon, or maybe the 12th. That judge, she's my shero. She's going to say, what about the 11th? Did you not understand?
Right.
Do you not understand numbers? We can get a
You
picture
don't
of it
get
for
to
you.
pick the
He's going to
days.
get
You don't get to
real
pick the days.
tired of
Yeah.
his TV attorneys. And I hope, let him keep talking. I would love to
I
see
think
his
Judge
ass go to
Chutkin,
jail.
she's already had over 100 of these January 6 cases in front of her, and I think she's
She's had
looking at
Trump in
this
front
as
of her
you're just
before,
another
too.
case.
He's had Trump in front of her too.
Yeah.
And that's why he's trying to pull this delay, let me
That's
try
his
to get him
only
moved
hope.
bullshit. Yeah.
He wants to
He
put
better,
this out.
He better
He wants all of
shit
this
first,
out
'cause
on.
that's what he's gonna get.
You're gonna hear him. Do you think the judge putting a protective order or even a gag order on his ass is gonna stop him out there from running his mouth?
Oh,
No.
Honey,
have you heard
it's not gonna
about,
stop him. But once she
have you
does,
heard about
then his ass goes to jail if he violates it. And I would
That's
really
the
like
law.
to see that.
That's the law. That's what's
Mhm.
supposed to happen. I'm looking at it going, yeah, show me, baby, show me.
That's what we're all
Show
waiting
me
for.
he is
Come on,
not
just
above the
test
law.
It. Test it.
You know he will. You know he will. He's not going to get all the the information he's fixing to receive is who was talking witnesses against him. All right, let me stop on witnesses and thank Nana Lovely for coming in with a $5 donation and saying, "Baby, you're so sweet." She said, "Bernadette Pree, if you need me, I'm here. Sisters in solidarity, forever." And that's the way this family is, baby. Nana Lovely, thank you so much for that, and thank you for This is a tight-knit family.
Did
baby.
you see the positive thing?
What positive
What?
thing?
Yeah, the positive thing that the Democrats, there was 26 of them that signed a letter that wants them to broadcast the trial.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that is
I
becoming an
believe-
issue. They're going to try. They want it broadcast. I
Why
don't
not?
think they're going to do it. I just don't. I don't think that would be making an exception to a long-standing rule of not having
I-
cameras in the courtroom. I grant you, I think this one is well
They did
worth
it
it.
for OJ.
Huh?
Well,
Well,
that wasn't at the.
They did it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a state trial. This is a federal trial,
Oh,
and they never allow
federal.
cameras in a
Okay,
federal
sorry, my bad.
courtroom. Donnie, I am
That's
sure,
why they
wants
always
it
have the
televised. He wants
He
it.
said him and his attorneys have said that they want it televised.
No, they want
Oh,
a circus.
please.
They want a circus, baby.
Let's
Yeah.
see it.
So does the Democrat.
see
Let
it.
it go.
A lot of
Call us
Democrats do. I'm afraid, the only thing I'm afraid of is it turns it into a circus more and more every day. You know, I'm concerned. Yes,
John,
yes, dear.
the only way we're not getting somebody else's what happened in the courtroom, whether it's pictures or commentary or their opinion or anything else, is for there to be cameras in the courtroom. And I
Shining
And
light,
with the
they say, is the
Democrat-
best disinfectant.
I'm with the Democrats in trying to convince that idiot that runs his illegitimate court, Roberts, to put a camera in this courtroom.
I'm not against it. I
want
just don't.
to
I don't
see
think they're going
Trump
to do it.
get out there and make a fucking ass, and I want to
And-
see Judge Chutkin
Chutkin.
shoot them down.
I totally
I
agree with
want
you.
to see it.
Curiosity.
Oh, there would be some
Curiosity. Could they
entertainment
do that in
going on. I
Georgia?
am sure, because that's what he would do. He would force the
Could
issue.
they do that in Georgia?
Georgia,
God.
that is a state case,
Yeah,
so there
That's
might
a-
be
Yeah.
cameras
there
in
might
the
be
courtroom,
cameras in that courtroom.
If they
Sure.
choose. Yeah.
Yeah, if they choose to put them in there, they can put them in there.
but federal courts, there's been a ban for cameras for a long time in federal court, and so I hope that they do put a camera in this, because this is the only way that America is going to know this man is a fucking liar.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, and I don't think it's going to change anybody's mind on the MAGA side. They're,
No.
that's just a given. And
They're just
anyone
saying-
else, it's more of just let us see the proceedings, please. Just we've waited this long, let us see it.
I
If
think
you
it would
drink
be
the
a history
Kool-Aid,
lesson.
you're going to believe the Kool-Aid.
I believe it would be a history
You
lesson.
know, if the MAGAs don't want to realize that their nominee for president is an idiot,
A crook,
that's
a
on them.
mobster. We could go
That's
down a
on
list
them.
of names for him. Let me get a couple of thank yous out. Rex Trek came in with $5, and oh, I see it. Copied it. No, it didn't. Yes, it did. Copied it twice. Came in with a $5 donation. Rex Trek says, "Moms for Liberty, aka KK Clan Karenhood, aka twats, aka Karens, whom are severe sufferers of Gladys's cravitis. You're trying to get my tongue all cravitis. Cravitis.
Love
There's
Love the
some
audience.
serious
Y'all could read that.
Karenicity with those people, okay?
Yes. I must have missed the story. Is there something new about Moms for Liberty that I should know about? That they
No, not really. Same old shit.
same old
I mean,
bullshit? Yeah. They're
And
they're selling snow
except
ice.
that they're trying to get into every school board across this country. They are trying their damnedest to make it in and do to the country what fuckhead has done down there in Florida.
To motivate a bunch of people to stand up for bullshit. Ed, are you in the room with us?
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Outstanding, brother. How are you?
Doing great. It was 103 in the heat index today.
Yeah.
You're about 102. We were just a point up here in the south.
Well, that was
southeast.
temperature-wise. The heat index here is about 115.
Yeah.
It's
But,
enough
I
to
didn't know-
cook your ass.
Has anyone heard the truth tweet from Donald Trump, who was bashing at the U.S. women's soccer team.
I
Which
heard
Yes.
he
is
disparaged
downright
them in somehow.
disgusting. It's
Yes.
downright disgusting what he did. I'm I bet you that Biden will invite them to the White House.
Oh,
And see
absolutely.
who's laughing now.
It's who he is. It's who he
But I
is.
cannot stand people who have sent toxicity. I mean,
Dark
This-
Brandon's coming out.
Even in the World Cup, he's got to disparage the team because they didn't win.
Speaking of
like him.
He
exactly.
he put out some shit today on
Yeah.
Fonnie
Truth.
Willis.
or whatever.
I
Live
don't
Social.
follow.
On
I mean,
his
I don't
True
follow
Social?
Trump's tweets or
No, Live
broadcasting.
Social.
I don't know how to get those. I thought about signing up, but I don't want to go into that shit.
I mean,
Don't
it's
do it.
like,
No, I don't want to get on that crap.
John, if I had a choice between Donald Trump's True Social and a backed up gas station toilet with shit all over it, I would take the bathroom, the gas station toilet.
It's less shit. There's less shit in the bathroom.
I mean,
And what comes out of his
I
mouth.
would rather see that than Donald Trump's tweets or True Social posts.
That's how he's going to
There's
try
a zombie
that.
that'll take us out.
He is going to try to use that as his weapon. That's the same way he's going to do it at his rallies. He's going to run his mouth. And if he
Well, he already put something. Either he or the lawyer put something out there already to the judge, I do believe, about a tweet that Joe Biden did. I don't know if anybody saw that. Him with his glasses on and the coffee cup.
Yes,
I
the
did see
mug.
it.
And he liked his. What was the wording? Do you remember?
I remember seeing
like-
the picture. I'm trying to remember what it said above it.
Something about liking his coffee black, like I don't know, something. In other words, it had to do with like dark Brandon. Oh, that's it. He liked his coffee dark or something like that. And they've already said no. Look at, and it's like, seriously, you're gonna point at that?
Yep. Yep.
In regards to anything that comes out on Truth Social.
You know what?
They're
Yeah, and
desperate.
you know what? I'm going to read to you what this man said about Fonnie Willis. Okay?
All right.
I'm
Okay.
going to read this. So hold on for a second. They say there's a young woman, a young racist in Atlanta. They say she is after a certain gang, and she ended up having an affair with the head of the gang or a gang member. And this is the person who wants to indict me. Wants to indict me for a perfect phone call.
Oh, of
This-
course, perfect. Another perfect phone call.
No, just makes shit up and tries to make it real. Oh my god.
Because
He attacks the only
he
way he
knows-
knows how.
I know.
He knows that no matter how many times he says it, his brain dead followers are going to
Exactly.
believe that shit.
If he keeps repeating it, they'll believe
Yeah.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
his
That's the way
mantra.
they are.
That's it. Period.
But you know what? It's shit like that that's going to get his ass in fucking jail. And
I
I'm all
hope
for it.
I'm all for it, and he thinks it would benefit him.
You
I
know
swear,
what?
if he thinks if he gets thrown in jail that there is going to be a mob outside the jail cell to come rip it apart to get him out. That's what he thinks.
Hey, John.
I don't think it's going to happen. Yes, sir.
Hey, John.
I don't think it's going to happen either. I think enough of his people are sitting
Nope.
in jail.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah. If you're choking, you're token. Sorry, go back to conversation.
Yeah. Hello, Tony Boyd.
Yes, sir.
You're the reason I'm choking. Well, how you doing?
It's all right. It's a good choke.
It's a good joke.
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Have you been noticing me what's in my hand constantly?
Yep.
Tony,
See it on every video.
I play
I'm
with
proud
it
of you.
constantly now. It's in my hand all the time.
I'm proud on you. Well,
It's all your fault, Tony. If you
It
didn't
is.
have that lighter, you wouldn't be choking.
That's right. I'd be in
yeah,
work.
Sorry, guys.
But I know what it is. Okay.
There you
So,
go. There you go.
And I can't say nothing about that because I choked for over, I don't know, 20-some years. And I laid off because I don't know. I just laid off. I just
Okay.
That's
well,
good.
took a
to
break.
his own.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's good. You
I
need to do
have
that every once in a while.
I have no qualms about it, and
Yeah.
that's the only thing I did.
Every
And
once in a
I
while, you got to
started.
back up, baby.
Yeah.
You know.
So I know what it's all about, but I'm glad he's enjoying his time because we old. You know what I'm saying? We're
You
old,
bet.
and
You
hell,
bet.
I used to be told, well, you get to a certain age, you can do and say whatever you want to say. Well, I'm at that age.
That's where I am.
There you go.
We all
Kiss my ass. I'm going to say what I got to say now. What am I going to wait till I'm dead? Sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. I
Exactly.
encourage people to use their voice as much as they can now. Of course, you have to understand that when you do, especially if you step on a stage, not everybody's going to love your ass. There's going to be some rocks thrown at you.
I know you.
That, well,
I know y'all talking about old turd face. Don't give a shit how much you polish him, he's still a turd. Anyway, I just want to make you a little enlightenment. Did you see about the brawl down in Montgomery?
Yes, I
Alabama
did.
over the
Yeah.
weekend?
I think everybody has seen that.
Cool.
Talk
That
about
was
a
cool.
disgusting display of our society. There it is. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm looking at a picture of it right now on my screen there, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white boys trying to kick the shit out of a black guy laying on the ground. That's what I see, and that's what happened.
Yep. I said, ain't that some shit?
Yeah, I understand one of them has already been arrested, turned himself in. I understood last I heard there was 2 others that have charges against them. They're supposed to turn themselves in.
I just,
You know,
it's just, why did we go back to the '60s all of a sudden? I mean, this is what has become. I mean,
you know,
voter intimidation, voter harassment, that kind of thing.
there is there's no denying. I think, in my opinion, since Barack Obama was elected, and we saw the rise of the Tea Party, and in my opinion, started seeing the cockroaches crawling out from underneath the rocks, and then
Donald Trump said,
and then
"This is
Donald
my
Trump
kind of
comes on the
people,"
scene.
saying, "This is my kind of people."
He has emboldened people to be assholes, to be racist, to be misogynistic, any kind of bigot they want to be. That's their right to do it. That's what Donald Trump has brought to this country. Is brought the cockroaches and the maggots out from underneath their rocks and out of the garbage, and think that they have a right to do what we saw them do on that dock, to use the language that they used. You know?
And he's also made them believe that the institutions of this country are illegitimate when he's the only thing that's been fucking illegitimate.
That's it. That's been Donnie's forte his whole time, to accuse others of what you're doing. You know, put them on the defensive and accuse them of doing the same shit that he's doing.
Is just admissions and admissions of fucking guilt of the shit that he's done, that he's trying to twist and make his little brainless maggot minions believe something other than what he's doing and what he's done right in front of everybody's face. We saw what happened on January 6th.
That's what I keep saying. We are all witness to this.
The one thing I didn't see that president call out the National Guard or any other armed forces to go in there and stop that shit.
Nope, didn't happen. Because he didn't want it to stop.
No, he didn't.
We all know what he
was too
did.
busy throwing ketchup at the goddamn wall.
It disgusts me so much. The poll I saw a little while ago, he was at, I think it was at like 48%. Ron DeSantis has dropped down to 17%. No, wait a minute. I think Donnie was at like 51 or 52. And, man, it's just like, that's their guy.
do you have the clap?
That's their guy. What are they going to...
Do you have the clap button? Because you need to really clap on that one.
What, do I have a what button? Oh, an
Clap.
applause button?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, they're a loud crowd too. Boy, howdy, yes I do. Yes, I do. I just forget to hit the button occasionally. Let me thank Mary Humphreys, who came in with a $10 donation. Mary, thank you very much, and said, that is some kind of badass hat. Well, thank you. Uh, uh, compliments of one of our blue dots. I get a lot of compliments on my shirts, and I always put out the message that everything you see me wear, just about, except my cowboy hat, is been donated to me by somebody. So, Trudy Baxter is the one that sent me this one, and recently, and I've been getting a kick out of just walking around the store with it. To tell you the truth, nobody said anything yet, but I have had a few smiles. So, anyway. Mary, thank you very much, baby. It is a neat looking hat. I like to, I'm not walking around jumping in anybody's face, but if you have a comment about the t-shirt I'm wearing or my hat, I'm open for discussion at any time you see me. So,
I got a question for you guys.
Yes, sir. What's up?
Have y'all really looked at that picture of that judge down there in Florida that's over?
Judge Cannon?
Have you really looked at it real close?
I try not to.
Every time I see her face, I don't see nothing between the ears.
Nothing between empty space in there.
Just a big invisible thing.
Like hollow.
I sometimes wonder how
Like
she
a
sleeps
cave.
that night.
I saw a headline that said that she was trying to get her ass thrown off the case is what she was trying to do.
Maybe she is, because she violated the law 3 times in her last little fucking order that she. You know what? A judge is not supposed to give advice from the bench, and she did that.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what she's doing.
She doesn't know what she's doing, and I want her to keep not knowing what she's doing. And I
Until
want
she
my
gets it.
hero, Jack Smith, to take her ass back to the 11th Circuit and get her ass recused.
Replace, yeah, recuse her from the case because she doesn't know what she's doing. And for
You
those
know what's
asking,
awesome,
my shirt
John?
says,
I will tell you something that's
What?
really freaking awesome.
Huh.
My grandson, because he listens to me and listens to the news all the time, because I'm listening to the news,
smart kid.
came and asked me some questions this morning. He asked me who was Judge Cannon, and I explained it to her, trying to, not
The
talk
mere fact that he asked.
disparagingly about her, but that he asked. And he asked about certain terms like recusal and things like that he hears come up. He asked me what is an indictment, and I'm prepping my little judgeship here.
There you go.
I
We
think
need
it's
him on the
really
bench.
cool.
We need that boy on the bench somewhere. Hey, for the conversation in the chat, in case anybody's ever wondered, my shirt says Arcaholic. Arcaholic. That's in Arkansas. This was sent to me by Randy Peterson. I have several hog. The hog has been. Where is my hog? There's my hog. That hog has been in every shot since I first met Randy. He is a proud Arkansas homie who moved to Texas, and we're happy to have him down here. He's sweating his ass off right now, but he's having a fine time, I think. Outside of that, but I didn't want to interrupt. I just saw the conversation in the chat. Everybody was trying to figure out what my shirt said. Anyway.
That's awesome, though.
It is. I get a lot, especially on TikTok, a lot of people ask me about my shirts and stuff, and I always like to let them know every shirt you see me wear was sent to me by one of you. Mitch Goldstein.
Hey,
What the hell are you doing?
is this a trick question?
Yes, it is, as a matter of fact.
I just had my dinner. I'm sitting there chilling out, trying to, relax a little bit,
Good.
unwind.
Julie doing all right, I
Everything.
assume?
You done with your meeting?
Yeah, we're done.
Good.
I had a meeting with the rabbi.
Oh. Productive, I hope.
Got to get ready for high holidays, dude.
There you
Coming
go.
up.
Which one?
All of them.
All of them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Sukkot are kind of big holidays.
Yeah,
And
man.
I'm
Yeah,
the-
it seems to
I'm one
me
of the-
y'all get more holidays than anybody else. This is a thing.
Yeah, we get all those holidays and no hell. It's great. It's
Yeah,
great. religion.
that's a good deal, ain't it?
I'm in
Anyway,
favor.
what's going on in your world, Mitch? You been paying attention? I know you have.
Yeah, I was, first I was kind of like, I'll wait, and I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. I play one on TV.
There you go.
So I'm not going to pretend to understand the minutia of jurisprudence in the practice of law in federal courts. But
But
I watched enough fucking Perry Mason to know you got to swear the jury in.
Yes.
Yeah, they do that.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So basically, let me see if I understand.
Mitch, don't forget Matlock.
Let's see if I understand this. This woman had 4 trials as a prosecuting attorney. She had 4 trials as a judge until United States versus Donald J. Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a feeling that she's not long. I'm confident that they can come up with a way of dealing with her incompetence.
One of the things that she did was expose a grand jury and the meeting of a grand jury in D.C. And she did that in her last little sua sponte that she
she's worried about the mixing of the two.
on her bench. Yes, and she was concerned that Jack Smith is still investigating Trump, which he has a right to do.
I think he said he is continuing.
Well, yes, but little Miss inexperienced obviously doesn't know that he can do that. So I want her to keep fucking up, because the sooner she gets to the 11th Circuit, the sooner she might get off that case.
Get off the court. It is. That was the headline. Again, I read a lot of headlines, more headlines than I read stories, but I saw the headline about she's almost asking to be recused from that trial with her actions.
No, she can't be. Time. She can't be recused. Let's be very careful.
Okay.
You recuse yourself. She can be removed.
She can be removed, or she could recuse herself.
Correct.
Yes.
My guess is that she will be asked to recuse herself. And
My
it
works for me.
It will do it for her.
Yeah, she
Maybe
had very
someone
little
will suggest it
experience
to her.
before Donnie Boy threw her a judgeship.
Let me tell you something. You want to know something about Donald J. Trump? I'll tell you. There's 2 people in the world that motherfucker doesn't talk shit about.
Who?
Vladimir Putin and Aileen Cannon.
Well, let's throw Kim Jong-un in there, too.
He doesn't. Yeah, I was going to say that, John. He doesn't talk shit about his lover boy over there in North Korea either.
You know, just the conversation that we're seeing right now going on in the national discourse on TV, talking heads and everything, is the fact that it's being known that Vladimir Putin wants to extend the war in Ukraine, hoping for a more favorable Congress and a more favorable president to his cause. And that is just plain language for Donnie. Because if Donnie gets in there, Donnie would turn his back on Ukraine in a heartbeat, hand it over to damn Russia, and laugh all the way out the door. The man is hell-bent on pleasing him.
That Putin will not try to infiltrate our elections again.
That's already happening.
Yeah, it's never stopped.
Yeah, it's never stopped. They're continuing to attempt to get into our systems. And so, that's going to be an issue. Look at the shit that we're facing in 24. Because, if Trump if he's the candidate...
The whole issue could simply be solved by mail-in ballots.
A lot of it. Most of it can be resolved if we get our ass out and vote. If everybody gets out and votes, whether it be mail, in person, I don't give a shit if you have to send up smoke signals and they accept it. Get your ass out and vote, because that's the only way.
Voting in your area, take advantage of it.
Yes.
Take advantage of it.
You were going to say,
Speaking of, Ohio's polls closed at 7:30.
At 7:30.
Yeah, we already start to see. We have about 10% votes counted, no responses, 3-1 over yes so far.
3-1 over yes?
Yeah.
It means the no's have it so far, right? Don't
So
confuse
far,
my
it's only
brain.
10% in.
I hope that holds, because this is
I
it's a
understand.
critical vote in Ohio. They've been pushing this for a while, and just like a minute ago when we was talking about vote yes or no, that kind of marketing going on. Yes is a bad thing and no is a good thing, so they just try to twist it up. But this is on the line for Ohio, because if this wins, then
I can tell you, the conservative have fucked Ohio up. They have fucked it up.
hey, put it on
And
the
they're
list.
looking
Texas
at
too.
Oh yeah.
they are looking at a possibility of losing abortion in Ohio if they don't act.
As a part of their constitution,
Yes.
you know, and that should be chilling to a lot of people.
They had some really gnarly political advertising going on there
Oh, I
too.
bet.
I can't remember the name that they mentioned that backed a lot of it, but there was literally like this 8-page thing that looked, or actually it was more than 8 pages, like 29 pages that they had spread out. Looked like a little newspaper, even sounded like it had the name of a newspaper, and it was all, political about the issue. And it leaned, of course, Christian. It was one of
Of
those, so
course,
it looked
yeah.
like a
What does
little
that even
Christian
mean?
They're
newspaper.
heavily in, they're
What
heavily
does that
vested in
even
it.
mean?
I've seen those before. Yeah, they do it around
That's
here
the
too.
key to this, and they know
I
it.
live
They
I
had
live
a
in
lot
a
of
secular
outside
country.
interests come in and
There
throw
you go,
money
Gene.
at this because
Huge
the
amount of
the,
money.
Yes,
the so-called conservatives in this country know that if Ohio votes the same way as Kansas did and Michigan did, then that's not a good sign for them. So they're trying desperately to
they are
change
trying to
this
do what
vote
they
in
always
Ohio.
trying to do. If they can't
Yeah.
win, they want to move the goalposts. They want to
Yep.
gerrymander the state.
Well-
They want to do this, whatever it takes to cheat to win. They're okay with. If changing
Well,
it from
look
a
at
simple
this.
majority to a super majority, that's bullshit. Because they know that they move it just like we said, if the polling at 58%, they move it to 60. Boy, howdy shit! There you go. You're controlling it without the majority having their say. Oh.
Think about this. Think about Ohio voters. If this passes, then you know what Ohio is about.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think it will. Yeah, well, this is the thing that bugs me about issues like this, is that it is the Christian conservative right that is pushing this shit. It just like in Kansas, it is not a majority view of the state asking women to give up their right for prenatal care or anything, or seeking any kind of abortion services or anything. Even conservative women aren't willing to go as far as this initiative goes. They don't want that. They don't want, they're pushing this
Well, this is
6-week
a-
ban,
But
and
this whole thing,
a
John,
woman doesn't
isn't
even
so
hardly
much
know
about,
then.
it isn't so much about
I have an
abortion
update.
as the whole idea they're using abortion to push their agenda
There you go.
of getting this.
I have an update
thing to-
from the YouTube chat.
What's
Bart,
up?
Bart Lawson, who is in Ohio, who voted today, said it
Outstanding,
is
Bart.
236,000 to 90. The noes have it.
Outstanding.
It's defeated.
All right.
See, that's
yes.
the
What?
society's not going to accept their hardline bullshit. There is a separation of church and state in this country for a reason, but they want to diminish that. They want to bring their religious views into your life, and you may not have the same
And
views.
push it down your throat.
Yes, shove it down your throat, force you to abide by their rules. This is not,
Like Bo says,
and
Bo says, they want to rule.
Yes,
don't
they do.
wanna legislate.
They don't want to legislate. They want to rule. That's why Donnie's
Yeah.
not running for president. He's running for Grand Putintate, whatever they want. He wants to be king,
Emperor.
much like Ted Cruz. You give people like that the opportunity. That's exactly what they want to do. You've already heard Donnie talking about he wants to control the Department of Justice. He'll control what they investigate.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's going to tear that
Oh,
apart.
he
Ohio
will.
and
You
Jim
give him.
Jordan.
You give him
About
that
today.
I'll
opportunity.
tell you, it would be a good time to be a criminal in the United States.
I'm
Donnie
telling
was
you,
elected.
especially if you're a Republican criminal. Shit, I'm telling you. This is the. But we are the stalwart,
Yeah.
man. We're the what keeps this from happening. And the people in Ohio are going to stand up tonight and say, no. That's
Apparently
too
they
much bullshit.
should.
We're not going
Good
to
for
take your
them.
bullshit.
Looking like it.
And that's what we need to do across this country.
I think the numbers might be higher than what we've been told, because I'm looking at a couple of headlines from earlier today,
Right.
and let's see, Ohio Capital Journal, which is in Ohio, said the final early vote tally shows nearly
Yeah.
700,000 Ohioans voted already.
Yeah, 'cause
Outstanding.
they
That was
That's not
before
they've been
today.
voting for a
That
few
was
weeks.
before today. Yeah.
It's when we
So,
have
you
high
know.
turnout.
We
That's
are
when
at 15% counted, 70% no, 30% yes.
There you go.
The message got out. The message got out.
We'll
And I
see,
think
at
it's going to continue.
15%.
And I think it's going to bleed over. You know, every one of us, at least I do, I think Donnie is going to diminish. The more charges, you're going to see charges come out of Georgia. You're going to see more shit. His base is going to get more solid, but it's going to shrink. Sooner or later, the other Republicans are going to have to say something. Find their
Well,
balls
I
somewhere.
was listening to Sherrod Brown's wife, and he's in Ohio, and she was speaking earlier today on a show. I can't remember which one. A little scatterbrained today. But she was extremely hopeful for the vote in Ohio, because she's on the ground. She's talking to people. She knows what
Right.
people are doing, and she said that this shit was going down. It was going down, and I'm glad to see that. Ohio joins the ranks with Kansas and
Yes.
Michigan in telling the Republicans, fuck no.
No, you're going too far. That's what they're
Yeah.
telling them.
I hope the blood
And
from
you know what?
Michigan rolls
We need
down
to do the
and helps.
same thing next year in November, and tell fuck Trump, fuck no.
Yeah, because they push this bullshit. You know, I don't know how many freaking politicians and talking heads on the right come out there and say that liberals just want abortion right up to birth. Fuck you. No, I have seen no liberals out there. Oh yeah, birthdays. We're gonna plan to have the baby tomorrow, but we're gonna have an abortion today. No,
Well, they always
I can
take
tell
it
you-
all.
I know it. That just is sick. They have
Republicans-
sick minds.
Republicans can't win unless they lie, cheat, and steal.
That's it.
Period.
That's it. That's
Exactly.
the only
You
way.
know that.
That is everything.
And they try to move on emotions, on emotional issues or social issues. And that's what they're doing now. That's what Donnie does now. That's what the whole damn Republican Party, they're not doing any legislation up in Washington. They're having hearings on,
Well,
Hunter Biden or...
Have any
Yeah.
of you had a chance to actually hear Vivek Ramaswamy speak?
Oh my God.
I have.
Sorry.
Wait, I'm trying to remember what he said.
Well, I
He's
watched
gonna.
him.
Ain't he the one that's
He
gonna
was
pardon
also in
Trump?
New Hampshire. He was in New Hampshire today too. Also, they're all in the circuit, right? They're all traveling around.
Right.
Right.
And I was listening to him for a while, and I'll give him this much: he's intelligent, and you can at least follow him and understand him, and he answers questions succinctly.
Stays
but
on the subject, huh?
What he has done is
is
he's
there any
taken-
problem?
well, what he has done is he's taken all of Trump's bullet points and has swung them around so that they seem somewhat, slightly different than Trump's, but they're still there. So
Right.
he's trying to appeal to some of that crowd, but yet he's also trying to appeal to what would be the old Republican Party, the one that doesn't like Trump.
Right.
And
Trying to
Yeah,
play the middle of
and
the
that's
road.
what- There's only 30% of Republicans right now in the United States, so it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough, and hopefully
I
that
think
what
the Republicans are
states
doing the
see
best
in
job to
Michigan-
reduce their party.
Well,
You
I
know,
think if anybody's going to
Well,
split stuff, it's going to be this guy, this Ramaswamy guy.
Doubt it.
my first thought is, well, is Bubba
I
going to
don't
vote
think
for
the
Ramaswamy?
Republican Party wants to split from Donald Trump.
It's the
They
party
know
they've made.
he holds the voters, and he will sick his minions on anybody who goes against him, and they'll do
Isn't
it.
that what he said in
You'll
his
see
thing?
where
If you come after
they'll
me,
do it.
if you go after me, I'm going to come after
Have
you.
you guys-
That's an open threat to anybody.
Yep.
have you guys heard lately about Mitch McConnell getting booed?
Yes.
I did. I
Yeah.
heard it.
Awesome.
That was in Kentucky, yeah. He was
Yes.
Pro tell, what did
In their
Mitch
little
get booed
political
for?
fair
yeah.
for opening his mouth.
Really? About Donnie?
Yes.
And he got
Yes.
But he
booed.
wasn't the only one that was booed. I mean, come
Oh,
on.
Lord.
Everybody was booed on one side or the other.
Unless you're pumping the pom-poms for Donnie, evidently. Uh-oh.
No,
Hey,
Mitch is in a
McConnell
completely
had a
different world.
chance. If it wasn't for Mitch McConnell, our country wouldn't be in the state that it's in right now.
That's
with
correct.
that
Absolutely.
fucker.
Absolutely.
We would not have the Supreme
know,
Court
he's
that
wanting
we
to-
had.
Okay, the room's going to get
He's
full, so
wanting to
let's
run again in Kentucky.
let's watch everything. Angie, welcome to the room.
Yeah, thank you. You know I had to jump in when Mitch McConnell was mentioned.
I seen
I
your
ain't
hand
never
flashing
in my
down there.
life-
It's the only thing caught my eye down there. Something's moving.
I was like, pick me, pick me, pick me. You know, I ain't never, and I'm going to say something ugly, but
Go
I
ahead.
can't help
Go ahead. Get ugly.
Mitch McConnell, I think that bitch has been dead for the last 15 fucking years. They're just propping his
It's
ass.
weekend at Bernie's.
Have
That's
you
what
ever
it is.
seen
Weekend at
anybody
Bernie's.
walking around with blue lips and blue hands?
Um,
I
Well, you
mean-
know he fell on his face.
Well, you don't have blue lips not unless there's something wrong. You know.
there are people that should just give it up, baby. You know, and he is big on the
definitely
list. There's others. Chuck Grassley, how
Yeah.
old is he now? You know,
199,000
Yeah, there you
years
go.
old.
Yeah.
there you go.
Dianne
The
Feinstein,
thing
she
is,
needs
they
to go
turned that around. That's right. Dianne
Oh,
Feinstein is old.
Man,
You know, it's
that's a wreck.
if you ask me personally, I'm ready to toss it to a new generation. I am waiting to see what is going to emerge
Our
out of.
planet needs the new
We
ideas.
do. We do. We need that
They
fresh look,
need-
that hope, and that for the future. You know,
Hey,
I really do.
What we
I'm
need
hoping.
is them to retire. They need to retire at retirement age with Social Security, and let's see how they handle that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You know, I say that,
With
but on
the
the same
Social
token, if you were
Security.
to who I voted for, I mean, in the primaries, I voted for Bernie. I was a big
Yeah,
Bernie.
I
I
did too.
like him.
I know.
I
it
want
sucks,
that guy's
but
attitude. You know, but
yes, Dark Brandon's doing a good job though.
he is. Joe Biden is doing an outstanding job. He's going to take a tour around for his Bidenomics thing and push that. It's been working. You know, the numbers are looking
And
good. We're going in the right direction.
Hear
Good.
about the
And I can't
signs?
wait to see the signs on the highways that says this construction job is being brought to you by the Biden administration.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because they're all over the
Or
place.
just dark Brandon.
Yes. I don't. You know,
Yeah.
they keep challenging his his numbers. He's not big in the numbers, and I don't understand it. I think a lot of it has to do with just age thing, and they want to see a younger president come up. But you can't beat his record right now. He's on a
Nope.
roll. He's
and,
got a
and
list
that's
of
what
accomplishments.
needs to get out there is his record. And
Yes.
everybody, and including us, need to talk about the accomplishments that this man has done
Marjorie Taylor-
when from
the case-
minute he was voted into office
Yeah.
in November of 2019.
And what did he do
Or
just today,
2020.
Bernadette?
And hang on, and the time that he took
Yeah.
office, when he was denied access to the federal government and how it works as
Katie Porter.
president,
Yeah,
and
there
that
you
has never been done
She heard.
before, and that's what fuck Trump did.
What happened today?
He saved, what was it, 1,000,000 acres?
Oh, yes, in the Grand
Yes.
Canyon.
Yes, our new monument. I mean, they're
Indeed.
calling it a monument.
Yeah, it kind of pissed off the uranium
Oh, yeah.
companies.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
bad for them.
you knew that.
Yeah.
You
He
knew
stepped
that.
up
That's
and
awesome.
created a new monument protecting the Grand Canyon. They call that. They have a name for that over there, Escondidas or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't catch the
Yeah,
name.
it's a vast area.
From the corporations going up and tearing up that land that belonged to the indigenous people, and they were about to walk all over them.
And this
Like they
this
always
supported,
have.
I think, several different tribes in the area.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they had about 8 or 9 of them, I
Oh,
think,
yeah.
that were represented in this. So, yeah, great. That's the kind of things that we need done. And I could just hear a whole lot of freaking assholes puckering on the other side. Because,
Oh, well.
uranium, baby, that's
Because
money.
They're not going to make their.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to mine the Grand Canyon for uranium.
You think they wouldn't? James Price just put in there, it represents only 2% of the uranium mining area in the United States. But they want it all, baby. It's like oil and gas. They want it all. They don't give a shit where they drill or where they mine. Look at West Virginia. Blow a mountaintop off, you bet in a heartbeat. Let's get the coal, baby, whatever it takes. They would destroy this
Florida,
planet in a heartbeat.
The water is rising in Florida
Yes.
because of all of it.
Yeah, Timothy Hutchinson,
Because of
talking
all
about
of
the Alaska glaciers melting. Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
they're
Yeah, I was
suspecting
gonna say
sea level
something.
rise will continue on a more drastic
is
pace.
being flooded with glacial waters right now.
You know what I worry
And-
about in that
you
scenario
know
is
that-
the shutdown of the conveyor that
Absolutely.
runs from the
The
Arctic
AMOC,
down into the
conveyor
Gulf.
belt.
Yes,
Absolutely.
we're looking at a
Yeah.
situation down here where the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean, it's heating up, baby,
Yeah.
and it's over 100-degree water
What,
temperature. You're killing
1.1?
coral left and right.
Or 101?
Yeah,
Is
That's-
it going to get 102?
I don't.
Do you
Last
think?
I heard, it went over 100. That's all I know. That some of the water temperatures down around in the Caribbean have reached over
think
100
it's gonna
degrees.
get- I think it's going to get 102. I really do. I really
You know,
do think that that's
we
going
will
to get.
see
and we've
it.
all
If
heard
we-
over the generations that we're going to hit a tipping point. At a certain point,
Yeah.
you're going to hit that there's no return from.
We've already hit it.
That's what a lot of people
We've
say.
hit it.
And I'm
Yeah.
beginning to believe them that we can't recover. But if you can't give up on that, you have to come up with new technologies that is going to save this shit, or we might as well just light a match and let it all blow up.
And there's no stopping the melt on the
One
glaciers.
thing I
No, there's not. So, carbon capture, these are major technologies that have to advance because evidently we can't
one
get a
thing
handle
I
on
would
it.
like to know.
Huh.
There's really one thing I would like to know from the solar panels. Why do they have to be black? Why can't they make a solar panel that's white?
Don't know.
Because white reflects.
Light
You want to
reflects,
have
yeah.
black. which
Exactly.
absorbs everything.
They do make reflective
What, you want
mirrors,
black
but
to
that is
absorb
on solar heating that reflects sunlight to a certain tower to
I think
to
that makes
boil
them more
water.
efficient, Dave. I mean, yeah.
There's
They'll absorb
reflective.
more.
No, really,
reflective
I
heating
mean-
that does it. But
If you think Arizona's paving their roads gray, it would make sense that you would want to
Oh.
turn all the
yeah,
panels
no,
are
I
black.
get where you're going now
Why
because
can't
I've
they
seen
make them white and reduce?
they're actually
But you see,
making.
Because white
now,
reflects
the roads.
sunlight.
Yeah, that could make a good idea.
There's
Yes, they're
No,
doing
no.
that.
Time
so
out.
that they're
Time out.
painting.
okay, go ahead, Mitch.
Something that's black is black because it absorbs all of the light spectrum.
Yep.
So if you make something white, what it means is that the white light is reflecting off of it. We don't want that. We want the white light to be absorbed. So the only color that you can really make solar panels is black. That's why.
See, learn something new here every day. And that's why we like to have Mitch in here because Mitch always comes in with that stuff. Keith Thompson just came in with a $2 donation.
However,
Right.
go ahead, John.
Okay. Keith Thompson just came in with a $2 donation and said, per Bernadette, fuck Trump and his ilk. All of them. Keith, hoorah. Take care of yourself, brother. Thank you very much. What were you going to say, Bernadette?
I was going to say there are a lot of communities around America that are looking at painting the roads white for the mere fact of reflecting. It would help to cool the cities, okay? Reflecting the
Why can't that be
instead of
applied to solar panels?
Well,
because
again,
it's-
because the desired outcome is different. When you're talking about
What-
trying to reflect heat, whereas in solar powers, you're trying to
Well, I understand.
to gather all the spectrum.
But I understand you're getting all the spectrum, but
Yeah.
we have enough technology and enough know-how right now that you can make those white and still produce enough energy without hurting the planet, because the
and
black,
still be
all
able to
that black
reflect
is
some
doing
of
is
the heat.
holding heat in, just like
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah, no, I see where you're going with it. To be able to reflect the
Yes,
heat
the
and
black-
generate power
the
at the
black
same time.
does- Yes, and
Yeah.
and in the generation of the electricity through a solar power, there is heat involved. Yes. I heard a guy talk about setting up. Uh, when I went to Colorado, I saw fields and fields of solar panels. Okay. And he was talking about setting up reflectors to reflect the light back off the planet, and I'm thinking, oh my God, that'd be like a death ray back out into space.
Yeah.
You couldn't fly an airplane through it because you'd fry everybody
Burn it
inside
up.
till you did. You know, it's just like, okay, we have, and this is the reason why we need to have these kids thinking about it, because they got that new technology. They'll figure it out if we let them. If we let them.
I don't know. I like James Price's idea. Let's turn the Earth into a big, big disco ball. There you go. We can't
do
imagine the
believe
technologies
Elon
that are
is
going to be
already
needed.
trying to do that in outer space with all his
Yeah.
little satellites that he's putting up there.
Oh.
He has already turned us into a disco ball.
Yes, pretty much
Oh
so.
my-
Pretty much so.
Oh.
Those things are going to be all around the Earth.
All right,
and
somebody,
go ahead.
somebody's listening in the military on this, and they're starting to think.
They're always thinking
Joke.
about it.
It's a joke.
Jerry Wallace.
You know,
Jewish
they say-
space
you know
lasers,
they've
that's
heard
what it
the old
is.
saying- You know what they say? The walls have ears. Yeah, but nowadays the sky
Diana, don't worry
has
about it,
ears
baby.
and eyes. Because, I mean, they say, John,
Yes,
you've heard the old saying, the wall have ears.
all the
Yes.
time, brother.
Nowadays, it's the sky has ears and eyes.
Eyes.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Because you got the spy satellites and the
Oh,
drones
baby.
flying.
They can count the hairs on a
You
gnat's
got
ass.
so much more than that, honey.
Yeah. Oh, you know, if
So much
you're,
more than that.
especially if you're in public and probably in your private home,
Exactly.
the amount of information they are able to collect on us, it would frighten us all. I try not to pay attention to it. I have, it's
The amount of information that you give them just by signing up for Facebook
yes,
or Twitter, or
the
X or whatever the
permissions
fuck
you
it's
give
called.
them and that you don't
I-
even know that you give it.
You
Yes,
know?
they know everything.
Hey, whoa! I am not trying to create conspiracy theories. That is not the point.
Hey, let me set that be so.
The point is that we are willing to give up this information that we cherish so much, and saying that we want a right to privacy when they have access to it already because you've already given it away.
The right
True,
to
true.
privacy is almost non-existent anymore.
You
With
have
the-
no
with-
right to
And we're all
privacy.
We
screwed.
have a
Only
right
time
to
you
it.
have a-
It's just
The
impossible
only time you
to.
have a right to privacy, John, is when you are in your home and your windows are closed, your curtains are closed. Then you have a right to privacy. The moment you open up your curtains
Oh,
or step
yeah.
outside your house, you
That
lose
right is
your
gone.
right to
No,
privacy.
you put yourself in public view. So you're
So
right.
true.
Yes. Hey,
That's
let
why
me
they
send
say
out a
Big
big
Brother
thank
is
you.
watching.
If you got Alexa in your house, when your curtains are closed, they
Yeah.
still are in there checking you out.
Yep, yep. My wife is a firm believer in that Alexa's a spy.
Brother is watching.
Every time we speak of something in the house, it pops up on her iPad as an ad. Oh, we heard you talking about lawnmowers, or we heard you talking. Yeah. Hey, let me send out a big thank you to John Cass, who came in with a $10 donation and said, I'm tired of Trump lies in his version of freedom of speech. Buddy, John, that's what's going to be tested right now. The hearing on Friday is going to be testing that issue. Because that's what it is. How do we keep this man's mouth shut? He is going to be privy to witness testimony, evidence against him, and we know he's the type of guy, he's going to run out there and yell his brains out.
Here's what he's going to be privy to, John. Pretty much how the DOJ works.
Yep. Yes, he's going to have discovery on everything. That's the way it works. You have to give the defendant the right to defend himself. He can't defend himself if he doesn't know what he's doing. So here we go. Outstanding. You got it to work. See, she's been trying to mess with that thing for a while. I'll just pop it up on the screen. But that's what we saw working. And, I'm sorry, squirrel.
Squirrel?
Yeah, squirrel popped up right there in the chat. Went right by. I saw it. It's fixing to pop up on the screen here, and my mind just went squirrel. There it is. Because Diana Mallory had been trying for a little while, tried to get her YouTube thing to work, and it hadn't worked, but she got it to work. Came in with a $10 donation and said, I voted no in Ohio today. Outstanding. That's the voice of the American people, baby. That's what it takes. This looks like it's going to be an overwhelming no in Ohio, and that's what that stirs. When you start talking about taking away people's rights, I don't care if you're conservative or liberal. That's what they're doing. They're trying to limit your ability to have your voice known, to have the majority rule.
22.3% of votes in, 62% no, 30% yes.
Outstanding. 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 That's the voice of the people. Let me send out another thank you, because John Cass came back with another $10 and said, thank you, John, for all you do. Ring that bell. Indeed. Yeah. I love ringing my bell, but it helps pay the bills. I'm telling you. And Michael Johnson just came in with $2 instead. Storms are on their way here. Fuck Trump, fuck Abbott, and fuck DeSantis. I hope you talk about the storms and not literal storms. Literal storms. Michael, take care of yourself, because I know a lot of blue dots around the country had some inclement weather.
Yes.
So take care of yourself if you're in a storm. But Michael, thank you. John, I appreciate it very much. Where was we? What rat was we kicking?
Yep.
The usual. Donnie?
Well, you can always kick fuck Trump again.
You can always hear that.
Just pick a Republican and kick them. I don't know.
Yeah. Because, they need it. That's the battle we're in. That's the fight we're all in. And I think Ohio is showing the way tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is not. You can't tell me that vote is nothing but liberals. Mm-hmm. No, there's conservatives in there.
Ohio is a red state.
It is a red state.
Mm-hmm.
They were a blue state.
They were blue before. Same way Texas. Texas has now been red so long people forget that we were blue. This used to be a highly democratic state. And the only reason it's not is because we are gerrymandered to shit by a Republican legislation here in Texas. And that needs to be challenged. Look what they challenged it in Alabama, and Alabama's thumbing their nose at them, going, kiss my ass, we ain't going to do it.
Yeah.
That's, they were told to give 2 districts. They came up with 1 and said, take it or leave it. What are we supposed to do with that?
Well, I'm happy I'm in Michigan instead of Florida. I have a 6-year-old son, and I really would not like it going through even Texas. I'm sorry, John.
It's the truth.
I actually, if I lived in one of those areas, I would move.
I fully understand it. Texas and Florida are both taking. Ask me my personal opinion. I think Florida's worse, but my governor is trying his best to catch up and be just as much of a jerk as he is. DeSantis is going downhill. They called his numbers out at 17%. He was up at 20 or almost 30% at one point. Excuse me.
He just fired his campaign
Did you
manager.
see the
Yes, he
livestock?
fired his campaign manager.
Did you see the livestock? Did you see the livestock thing?
No, I didn't see that. What's
Where
going on
he,
with the livestock?
He was in Iowa doing a rally at a livestock auction, and he thought he had a big crowd. They made it look like an angle, and it was like 30 people or 40 people. It was funny, so funny.
Well, you know, we see the same thing. If
Look
you
it
look,
up on Ring of Fire.
I might have to look because I'd get tickled. They're doing the same thing with Donnie. If you pan out, well, just in the last issue, what was it up in Washington when he was arraigned? Did you see a big mob outside, a big crowd? No. No, his crowd, the crowd he's wanting to come rescue him, I don't think they're going to show up. They're looking at history here, and there's hundreds of them put in jail from January 6th. And you want Bubba and Martha to get in their car and come up there and hold their pitchfork? I don't think so, buddy. You know, Mama don't want his ass going to jail.
I did.
You got people going to actual real jail now.
I did.
Yes. Oh.
I did see one Trump supporter actually learn, like, right in front of everybody. He freaking, like, told everybody what was going on, and he's like, they lied completely to us.
Yes.
He didn't pass one bill. You know, it was amazing. I couldn't believe the brainwash.
Every once in a while, you're lucky to see some idiot when the light comes on in his head, and they figure it out. And that's slowly going to happen to a lot of them. You know,
He's
it's
not
only
God.
No, he's not. But
He
the
is
ones
not
that
God.
worship him think he
That's
is,
what it is.
and
Worship
that
him
number
like
will
he's the
dwindle.
Messiah.
I truly believe
That's
that.
what I've been saying. I keep saying it every time. He's not God.
No.
Honestly.
But he thinks he is. He thinks he
And
plays one on TV.
Autographed Bibles. He autographed Bibles one time.
Ain't that, well, you know, I'm not going to. I think the author should come back and
he
sign
was just
himself.
wanting to be an autocrat.
You know.
He had a plan. He knew what he was doing.
Oh, he has a plan. And the plan is to become...
that's why Jack Smith's all over that plan.
But now, don't think for 1 minute that this could not play out the way he wants it. We are not a nation of a popular vote for president, baby. This is a state-by-state fight. That's what we always have to keep in mind. We can't sit back and say, "Oh, it's a national election." Yes, dear.
John, Diana Mallory is in the room with her hand up.
Oh, is she? Where?
She said the blood is
I
draining
see
out of
her.
her fingers for holding her
I
hand up for
see.
so long.
Where's she at? Get her in here. Diana Mallory, bequeather the gong in Secret Squirrels. I wouldn't have a gong to hit if it wasn't for her. Okay, I gave her. I didn't see her. There she is. Well, hello, Diana. How are you doing, dear?
I'm doing fine. I had something I wanted to say.
Go ahead.
Changing the subject.
All right. Get after it.
Back to Ohio voting on issue 1 when I went to, I was very, when I went in to vote, there was a young person coming out with a big grin on his face, and he smiled at me, and I said hello, and went in and voted. When I got done voting, I was going out. Another young person going in.
Good.
Young. And I usually don't see that in my area.
Diana, you're breaking up on me a little bit. I'm not hearing the whole sentence.
Good, and to even towards okay.
Diana, your connection is going in and out. We are missing the majority of
we
your
hear about
conversation.
one word and then miss about the next 3 words and then one more word.
Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I heard that one. Go ahead and try it again.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yes.
About the young people, right?
Right.
Yes.
In and out the
Much,
vote.
much better.
And to including the Trump talk, they all were on. So if that vote comes in any day, I'm questioning our.
It's still breaking up, Diana, really bad. We're still missing
I
a lot
think
of
what
your
I'm getting,
conversation.
what I'm basically hearing, is the hope for a future lies in our youth.
Absolutely.
And if they're
Sounds
showing
like
up to
they
vote,
showed up in Ohio.
yeah, if the youth are getting out there to vote, that's the best thing we can hope for. Is that basically what you were saying, Diana?
Yes, it is.
There you go,
Okay,
baby.
good.
There you go.
Good.
And I do. I feel.
Yeah, the kids are very important to next year's election. There are going to be a lot of kids that turn 18 and are going to be eligible to vote, and we need to recruit them and give them a reason why they should, because this is their planet and they need to be involved.
Indeed.
And if they don't like what's been going on, they can change it.
Indeed. Bart Larson is coming in saying some stations are calling the issue 1 in Ohio a defeat. So outstanding. Outstanding. And let me thank Keith Thompson who came in.
Yay.
Where's my banger? Where's my banger? Oh, there it is. In Donnie's ass where it's supposed to be. Keith Thompson came in with $2 and said, now we need Texas to go purple. Oh, buddy, we need it to go blue. But I'll take purple for right now. For those of you who don't know, that's where I keep my banger, is right in Donnie Trump's ass. That's where that thing goes every time I put it down. It's I am surrounded by gifts that were sent to me, and that's one of them. I love it. And anyway. Oh, fine. Y'all just go ahead and get quiet.
Oh, sorry, John. We're just letting you talk about, sticking your gonger up Trump's
I know, and I
ass.
was talking about sticking a stick up Donnie's butt, so everybody can, what? Yes.
Oh.
Yep, he's bent over with his
yeah,
ass sticking up
good night, everybody.
right there in his butt. That's where I put the thing, and I jerk it out just so I can hit it again and say, Mitch Goldstein sent in $2 and said, good night, Blue Dots. Mitch Goldstein, brother, I love you so much. Thank you for that. I always appreciate it.
Family.
I appreciate it when you come in this room, Mitch. It's always.
Stay strong. Hit that like button. Subscribe and
Yeah.
share.
All that shit.
All right, take
Mitch,
care,
Julie,
everybody.
y'all
Brenda.
take care. Have a great night.
Night.
Always a
Brenda,
pleasure.
did you watch any Brenda, did you watch any of Bo of the Fifth Column today?
Did
not.
I?
I did not.
Yes.
No, honey, no. Today was
Yeah.
a
Rough
very
day.
rough day for
I'm
me.
sorry,
I
I
was
should.
preoccupied.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
That's
But
all right.
he made some good points today.
Did he?
Now
He
I gotta
always
think about
does.
it. I had him just in my head. It was about how Donnie could be actually imprisoned, and he
Wait a minute.
talked about
Talk faster.
talk faster. Talk faster. Okay.
Gets me
Well,
excited.
it came down to I don't remember exactly what year it was, but it was I think it was out of the Nixon era.
Mhm.
One of the cabinet members actually went under protection because of Nixon, and
Mhm.
he said he was telling everything about as far as the levels of what Trump is, and what he's saying is that he could actually be put in a military installation with the Secret Service. The military blocks the outside. He can't go anywhere, and then the Secret Service protects him.
Can we put him in the hole?
Personally, I'd like to see him
I'm asking for a
convicted in
friend.
Georgia and sentenced to prison in Georgia and put out in Gen Pop. I think there's some people that would have
Yeah,
discussions
that would
with.
be awesome, but
Hey, a
is
man
that
can drink.
realistic?
No, Let me thank Michael Johnson, who came in the room with $2. KY, thank you very much, and said, love my Blue Dot family, stay cool and hydrated. He can't say that enough. Y'all do that. Let me see, we got another one coming up here from Jason Milton, who just came in, and it's going to pop up here in just a second, and said, John, do you think next year if Trump loses his trials and would be going to jail that he would just bail and disappear to Russia? Oh, Jason. In a heartbeat.
Start a pool on that.
Would he try to?
Let's hope he goes to North
Let me
Korea
get
and
that.
never gets.
Thank you.
I want to see him run across.
Yeah, I want to see him make the dash. Where is it at? It should be popping up. There it is. There it is, Jason.
Anybody know with all the stuff that's going on right now, wouldn't he be considered a flight risk?
Well, the only thing...
Obviously, the judges don't think so because they have not...
They haven't
and
restricted
besides
him.
the fact that he doesn't need a passport because he owns his own fucking plane.
He is so much in the public view that for him to make a break, unless it was under disguise, which I'd love to see that.
What you gonna do? Turn over the keys to the plane?
Yeah. I don't think he's got a shot in hell of getting out of this country. Would he? Would he go to Russia? In a heartbeat. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If he could make his way there, and he'd flip on us in a heartbeat. He'd get a deal for a new Trump Tower over in Moscow or something, I'm sure. Let me see. Jason Milton just came back.
He'd be wanted by the United States.
Yeah, he's wanted by a lot of people.
He'd be wanted by the United States.
As long as he never left Russia, he'd be fine. You know. That's I wouldn't put either that or North Korea. Hey, love affair over there, man. You know, Kim Jong-un would just take him in a heartbeat with a flower in his mouth.
Bump booties over there in North Korea. They'll never get out.
Would Kim bend him over and take advantage of him?
I don't think it would take much. Let me thank Jason Miller. Jason Milton, who came back with another $5 and said, would in other cases, if DeSantis would win the election, somehow I think he would pardon Trump before he goes to prison. What do you think about this? Yes. Who is it? Ramaswamy? One of them's already said they're going to pardon him. Was that Ramaswamy?
But it's been most of the
would.
candidates have said that they would pardon Trump. Okay,
for all
but
of it.
here's the thing.
Pence do it?
Here's the thing. If he gets convicted in Georgia, they
There
can't
ain't
do
no
that.
pardon there.
They
There ain't no pardon. And
in
I am
Georgia.
so looking forward to this case in Georgia because they're going to treat this as a RICO case down there, like a mobster case. You know, and I want to see the list of co-conspirators because we already know who they are. I just want to see it made public. Baby.
What did Lindsey Graham say?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What did he say to get out of that?
I'm not sure he's all the way out yet.
He's not out of it.
If you think that all of it does not reach into our Congress, you're mistaken, baby. And 147 of them stood up on January 6th and voted no on the election. There's your conspiracy, baby.
On TV, they
and
voted
we are
no.
all witness to it. So keep that in mind. That we are the witnesses to what happened. You know?
And
it's a different story in Georgia, though.
It was your vote that he was trying to suppress and steal.
And I like the way Jack Smith presented those charges. I really do. I think it's going to be the right way to go.
He's got a solid case.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Anyway, I guess we're going to wrap it up for the evening. It's just about 7:30. We did not get to a single 2 for Blue tonight, but we will make up for that next time because we have a whole list of them. But it is our involvement in this shit. That's what keeps us going. That's what makes our democracy work.
Way to go, Ohio.
And yes, outstanding. Kudos to Ohio for kicking down issue 1 out there and kicking it to the curb. Yeah, that's what needed to be, and that's what happens when we all come out and vote. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in. Let me see. Dave. Hey, Dave.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's going to be my thing, Dave. I'm sorry, buddy. Every time we talk, it's going to be that. Hey, Dave. Are you home, Dave? Anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right, brother.
Well, Dave's outside the door knocking. And I got to go burn one because I'm jealous of you.
Hey, there you go. Keep up with me, brother. Try anyway. It's
Busting balls.
it's all Cavendish. That's what it is. That's Cavendish. Anyway, Dave, thank you so much for coming in, brother. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. All hands on deck.
All hands on deck. Now, if nobody stays in the bunker, baby. We all out on the line. Ed, thank you, brother, for coming in, joining the conversation. Appreciate the shit out of that.
It's always great to come by here.
Outstanding. And Tony.
And of course, it's raining now. Of course, it's cooling down a bit.
Outstanding.
Of course, we'll still be having the hot weather again tomorrow.
Sure, man, why don't you jump in my ass? Kick his hell out, John. Fine, be that way. Come over to the blue room, baby. The party's just going to get started over here in just a few minutes. So, anyway.
You need to say goodnight to the ladies first as an act of chivalry.
I know it. You keep telling me that, but I like to save the sweetest part for last.
It's just you got to be more chivalrous.
They're more than just ladies. They are my co-hosts. They lean on.
I want to see Ed in his suit of armor.
That's what we want to see. I want to see that shield up there.
Anyway, I'll say goodnight to you all and see you next time.
Outstanding, Ed. Thank you. Bye. And Tony. Thank you, brother, for coming in. We enjoyed it. Thank you for thank you, Tony. Thank you for. I swear I can't put that thing down. This thing stays with me constantly now. I want you to know that. When I'm not using it, it's very smooth piece. This is it's a very, very nice lighter. Anyway, Tony.
You know, I checked on that lighter again, and that was the last one they're out.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I'm glad I got it. This thing is a tool. I keep looking at it and thinking I could weld with this thing.
I want to know the pipes.
Yeah. The pipe is a Savinelli. The one I'm smoking out of tonight is a Savinelli brought to me by Bill Joyce. And Bill knows a quality pipe when he sees one. So, yeah. Anyway, Tony, Ed, Dave, thank you. And Miss Chick.
Yes, John.
Thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
I hate making y'all wait last, but,
Well, we have to remember to thank Diana Mallory and Angie B. They were both in here earlier, but I think they dropped out.
And Mitch Goldstein.
And Mitch Goldstein. He did say goodbye before he left.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Well, yes, the room got a little full. It's hard to
It did get a little full.
It does. It gets it. And I love it when it does.
Got a little full.
What's that?
Is your Sunday rant got a little full, like about 38,000 views.
It did on Facebook. It went pretty good on Facebook.
And it had like 828 shares.
Wow. A lot of good people out there sharing
and
the
I
word.
can name a couple of them.
Can you? Who are they? We want to know.
Well, Bernard Fennell. And he's from West Virginia. He also he showed a longer video of the whole thing there at the Montgomery thing.
Oh, right.
The Montgomery.
Yeah, and there was a bit about the chair. Did anybody see the bit about the chair?
I did.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
I miss everything.
It was an ouch, let me tell you. It was an ouch.
Good.
But we also have
I got to see that.
Louise Main from Colorado, Glenn Lewis from Idaho.
Great.
Lynn J. Lamb from Washington State. Woody Bridges from Texas.
Oh, there you go.
Michael Shano from Delaware. Cam, K-A-M, Cam Chan from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Lannis Ashford Spites from California. Ronnie Smith from Pennsylvania says, "Man, I don't understand why they keep playing his game. Anyone else would have been locked up if they had caused the White House to be invaded."
I mean to tell you.
We're with you, Ronnie. We're with you. And we also got a couple of group shares. Veterans ARI group, which the ARI is Against Republican Ignorance.
There you go. Smart veterans, baby. I'm telling you.
Yep. And Political Nation out of Florida likes to share too. So thanks for the shares.
Thanks to the sharers. We appreciate it tremendously. As Leo Sahaki says, share that shit.
There's
and
also one other quick little thing
go ahead.
that some of the comments that pop up and or we've seen on Facebook and stuff in the other thing. A lot of people mention that John and the Buddha family's colorful language might be sort of offensive,
Yeah,
but you know, take what you like and leave the rest.
that's what we
If you
say.
can't take it at all, then we know that you'll find another group that fits your style.
If
We
you're
won't be
if you're
changing
interested
anytime
in this group, and our language does get carried away sometimes, I understand that. But
Yep.
you're in the right arena. So if this group is not your forte, then please seek out
That's okay.
other voices.
Yep.
But
There are other
stay
ones,
in the fight, baby.
but
That's what
we'll
it is.
still be out there and, you know, fuck Trump. So
I'm an old sailor. You know, I don't consider it cussing. It's like that's the way old sailors, baby.
It's my second language.
There
Okay.
you go. That's
yep,
I have to be under stress not to. And
And
It's
we're
better
all
than hitting
adults
people.
here. This
Learned
is
it
an
from my
adult
dad.
channel. We're all adults. And has anybody listened to the Republicans lately? On the House floor. On the House
Yeah.
floor.
yeah,
Yeah.
even showing pictures. Look at that Marjorie
Yeah.
Taylor Greene. She's up there showing porn up there. We're not that bad. Damn.
About our language.
That's
All right,
The way I look at it, guys, is if it's too hot in the kitchen, get the fuck
get
out.
the fuck out. There you go, baby.
Yeah.
Or get your hands in the dish, baby. Anyway, we love you all for being here. Oh, wait, no, I'm not done.
Don't forget Bernadette.
I was fixing to go right out the door,
Oh
Bertie.
my God.
I'm humming right along, ain't I, baby?
I've been very quiet tonight and for very
I'm
good
concerned
reasons.
about why,
And
but
I
you know we love you.
appreciate everybody's heartfelt sentiments in the chat tonight. And
In my
I'll
back.
be okay. It's just going to be, this is something that's just going to take a little bit of time. So,
Yeah.
Give me a moment.
this is a family
And
with heart, baby.
by the way, I'm a grown-ass woman, so if you're offended by my language,
Huh.
I don't know what to tell you. I have no filter at this point, okay?
Nope, lost that a long time ago. Yeah, there ain't no filters here, baby. It's like we're sitting around the table. If you want to join the conversation, please do. I want to
You
thank
can always-
everybody.
You can always come in the group and help clean it up.
This is a big
Thank you.
family, and there's a lot of love in this
I
family.
love this family. I
Oh,
love
it
this
is.
family.
Uh,
And right on, Ohio's.
indeed,
Everybody in Ohio,
Kudos
y'all
to
got my
Ohio.
praise tonight.
and
Absolutely.
yeah. And on the note of family, I hope you noticed that on tonight's scroll that we have indeed included
Yes.
Gary Atkins' name,
Gary Atkins.
and we lost a very, very fine Blue Dot. He's been a Blue Dot member for a long time. He's in this chat all the time, and he will be missed. And
Yep.
anyway, on that note, y'all have a great night. For those of us, let's run over to the Blue Room and join the conversation over there. For the rest of you, we'll be back here on Thursday night for another Blue Dot family meeting. So please come by and join us. If you haven't yet, get on Discord, baby, and get in here in the room and talk. Anyway, y'all say goodnight.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.